Never disappoint.
I don't. And your comments are always so relevant for the people of Clermont County. Thank you.
They are, thank you.
You bet.
Thanks again for the chance to speak. Last time I was here, I presented a honor pledge for Clermont County elected officials, and none of you would sign it. It had 10 items on it. They were all based on real things that have happened in our county. Judge Clermont using his subordinate for his own sexual gratification in and out of the courthouse. The Greg Carson theft from Clermont Senior Services that was covered up by Prosecutor Colby until it wasn't. Even things as far back as Carl Lamping, the head of the building department that at one time condemned a house and then had his son get involved and made money off of a condemned house that the building department condemned. There's been lots of stuff like this. I could go through the whole list. You've got Greg Simpson, who was on the Port Authority, who issued threats to my son and me. So, and then lied to detectives about it on a video that's got like 6,000 views. You go to my YouTube and look at it. I thought maybe some of you support some of those things. Maybe I had it all together and that was a problem. I should have separated it out. Maybe one of you supports having sex with subordinates in the workplace. Maybe that's cool. Maybe lying in an interview with detectives is cool for some of you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take them each one by one. Then I'm gonna hand them down and you can sign them individually. So this one says, I condemn elected officials, government employees, party committee members, or their spouses resorting to violence, making any threat of violence, encouraging any other person to resort to violence or threats of violence. So I'll hand that down. So any of you that agree with that, you go ahead and sign it. Second one, I condemn, notice Claire passing it down. See, none of them will sign something that says that simple thing. Second one, I condemn elected officials, government employees, party committee members, or their spouses using unattributed anonymous swift vote tactics, personal, false light, and unfair. Mr. Painter is well aware of those tactics of having anonymous sources reveal things about people from their past.
I think you are too.
So why don't you condemn it? You just said, I am too, why don't you condemn it? I absolutely condemn it. It's funny that you won't. Third one.
I don't think it's funny.
I condemn the elected, I want to make sure, because you take a little bit of my time, but you can respond.
Oh, I'll give you time.
Okay. I condemn elected officials, government employees, party committee members, or their spouses lying in any law enforcement interview. That's what Greg Simpson did. The sheriff wanted to charge him, but the prosecutor wouldn't allow him to be charged. That's the way we roll in Clermont County. Greg Simpson's a connected man. It's okay, he can do whatever he wants. The fourth one, I condemn elected officials or government employees engaging in sex acts with subordinates during the workday. Notice I'm making it very specific, during the workday and subordinates. So you can engage in sex acts with peers and outside the workday. I'm not even introduce those. But let's see if any of you will sign that you condemn government employees engaging in sex acts with subordinates during the workday. Look at it, pass right down, pass right down. Fifth one, I condemn elected officials or government employees participating in or not reporting any corrupt or illegal act, or participating in or not reporting any waste, fraud, or abuse. You know, these are supposed to be Republicans, right? Republicans right now are supposed to be all about getting corrupt activities and waste, fraud, and abuse out of government. Let's see how our Republican leaders do on this one. Hand it on down. Claire, no sign. David, no sign. Bonnie, no sign. This is just another example that'll keep coming here about the depravity of our elected officials. They choose not to sign off on the most basic things. They could have done it at the last meeting. I wouldn't be here right now. They would have taken away my ammunition. But they won't do it. They want to have, this is the hill that they want to die on. That they refuse to condemn sex acts with subordinates in the workplace. They refuse to condemn lying in law enforcement investigations and interviews. It's pathetic. I want to close with one final thing. You guys never see this. You used to say this to me. I'm never disappointing when I talk. You're never disappointing. You're all never disappointing.
Mr. Hicks, you continue to try to become significant in this county. It's not that anyone here thinks that they would do anything against the law. It's just they're not going to sign a pledge for you. I myself am not gonna sign anything.
Well, will you verbally, right now, each of you, since you're bringing up Mr. Painter, go down the line and yourselves make a statement that you oppose those things?
Mr.
Without
Hicks,
signing anything,
I
just
don't
make a
need to.
verbal
I've already-
statement, just make a verbal
Chris,
statement that
I've
you are
already told
against sex acts in the workplace and the government.
I've already told you.
When? You haven't told me anything about that.
I told you I'm not gonna sign anything that you.
I didn't ask him to sign. See the way it works? I didn't ask, I said, just verbally renounce it. He won't even verbally renounce it. By the way, the other thing we need in Clermont County, which I volunteered to get a crack team together on, is Doge Clermont County. My wife even made a logo that has the Clermont County emblems in there. Imagine if we, in Clermont County, actually got rid of waste, fraud, and abuse. I could get $600,000 to $800,000 out on just the shelter because they gave up $1 million in fundraising in the crazy plan to take it away from the Humane Society. Imagine if we could take it out. You know how you could reduce taxes? You could cut the sales tax, the county portion of the sales tax. You could take away the plate fee, okay? And you could put levies on to reduce some of the county levies. That's what Republicans, that's what Trump-like Republicans are all fighting for right now. What's so funny, they won't fight for any of that here. But again, I'm glad. I guarantee you, I can get a crack group of people and save tens of millions of dollars probably just in this county government. And be able to reduce
That's
taxes.
you can. Is that what you said? It's gotta be you, right? This board is not gonna.
Yeah, because I think, you know what, to be
Well, hold on,
honest,
hold on a
David,
minute.
you asked
This
the question,
board-
you just asked the
This
question.
board is not gonna appoint you to a Doge committee,
Why not?
because we're not.
Because you don't want to save tens of millions of dollars and reduce taxes for taxpayers. You never met a tax you didn't like.
Mr. Hicks, you have every right to run for
Why not?
office. Do so. Do so.
Mr. Painter, you are a coward to actually do the
There's
things
no
that
coward
Republicans
here.
are fighting for
There's
right
no
now.
coward here, Mr.
So who
Hicks.
else could be a
If
Doge
you
committee?
want to run for office, run
So
for
notice
office.
the change of subject. So I just said we could
You're-
reduce taxes by cutting tens of millions of dollars. His answer is because it's Chris Hicks, he can never be on a Doge committee. By the way, I would be the most credible person to be on a Doge committee.
That's
Okay?
debatable.
Because they don't care about reducing citizens' taxes. They don't care. It's more important to them, the puffery, and it's got to always change it to something else. You can run for office. You can do this. To evade and distract from the reality that this government wastes a shitload of money. The entire government is run the way they run the animal shelter, and there is unbelievable opportunity for savings in Clermont County. But add to it all that these guys are not even remotely Trump Republicans. They only
Hicks,
act like Trump
Mr.
Republicans
Hicks,
when they
I've
need
let
you to get
I've
votes.
let you run over. Your time is up.
All right,
I
thank you
told
guys.
I'd give you
Appreciate it,
time.
David.
Thank you.
You never disappoint.
I don't. And your comments are always so relevant for the people of Clermont County. Thank you.
They are, thank you.
You bet.